Our next guest, he'll be talking to us for a few minutes this evening, and as I've personally never met him, but I have heard that Archie Schaefer once introduced him as the best, and if he's not the best, well, he's certainly among the best. And that man's name is Tommy Van Zant.
Okay, this thing works. I'm going to talk a little bit about adversity, and it's something that everybody, not everybody, a lot of people ask me about is, how do you deal with the adversity you've been through since your injury? It's been about 8 years now, and how do you get up in the morning, and how do you go to work? How do you, have a smile on your face? And so Tim asked me to possibly speak on that a little bit, and I can tell you, adversity is having to follow 5 super mentors, and how does that work? So I'm under quite a bit of adversity, and also knowing that everyone would like to freshen their drink and have some more food. So I'll make it as short as I can. Excuse my raspy voice. It's the end of the day, and I talk a lot. Just ask most of the people in the audience here. When you look at adversity, and you look at, trying to figure out how to give thanks, and you kind of wonder, how's that work? And I'm getting ready to tell you. So you look up adversity in good old Webster's dictionary, and basically the simple answer is, some form of situation or condition, maybe a misfortune or even a tragedy. And so, based on that simple definition, raise your hand if you've ever dealt with adversity. Okay. Raise your hand if you didn't raise your hand just a second ago. Darn, that was not good. Somebody was supposed to raise their hand. Obviously, we've all faced some form of adversity, and it could be a bad day at work, it could be a financial situation, it could be a relational situation, it could be so many different things. It doesn't have to be a tragedy, and mine, quite honestly, has been a blessing in many different ways. But I want to talk about, if you are dealing with an adversity, or if you have in the past, what do you do? How do you get out of that foxhole? And so if you are dealing with some form, whether it's minor or whether it's major, a gentleman a few years ago in Time magazine wrote about crisis. I'm forgetting the word, survivors, and what's your IQ if you have a crisis personality survivor? What do you do? How do you act? And it seems like that when you are in a crisis, or if someone is in a crisis, and I've learned this over the years and being exposed to a lot of different folks that are dealing with, in my case, mainly I'm talking to folks that have a physical situation going on, or I have also been exposed to a lot of people that have been brought to me or know of me and want to come talk about, other types of crisis, which I enjoy the opportunity to visit with those folks. But, how do you deal with it? What do you do when you are dealing with that? And I've seen that it's a two-way street. You either go, and it's not a two-way, it's a fork in the road. You either choose to go negative, or you choose to be positive. And it's easy to go negative. That's simple. You can get, when you go negative, you can get angry, you can get despondent, you can have fear, you can, go into what I call analysis paralysis, where you just overanalyze how you got where you are and you can't move forward because you're too busy worrying about it. And when you go that direction, and especially if you fall into a depression, you're not helping yourself, you're not helping anybody around you, and it's hard for people to help you. They want to help people that have some form of outlook or plan for the move forward. So what I've told so many people over the years is, the reason I'm able to stay positive is my faith. And, faith can be anything. I'm a Christian, but your faith can be whatever you believe in. And so when my tragedy, crisis, injury, blessing happened to me, I, chose to look at my faith and have my faith help me, try to get through what all I was going through in the new life transition that I was going to have and what my new normal was going to be. And so, that was my first go-to. Second go-to for anybody should be your family. And everybody's family is different. Some are good, some are bad. I've been blessed with, the best family that someone could ask for, starting with my lovely wife, Robin, who is the strongest, smartest individual that I've ever been around. I would not be here without her, and so what she has been forced to go through has enabled her to reach out to others as well that are going through some form of a crisis and try to help them deal with a transition in their lives. And then I've got two wonderful kids. I've got a sister and brother-in-law that are fabulous, and in-laws, outlaws, all of them around me that are fantastic. And then the third go-to is your friends. And again, I'm blessed with the best friends anybody could ever have. My family is, and so many of you are out here today, and they're all of y'all, yes, just have gone above and beyond to help me through my new normal and what that looks like. So, the three F's, faith, family, and friends are, where I go. And so when you have some form of adversity, you can't do it by yourself. You need two or a few to help you get through it. And hopefully the list of the F's there will allow you to find those folks that you can go to, whether it's your clergy in your faith or whomever you believe in and can relate to. And when you go through adversity, you have to look inward as well, because if you look inward and really understand what your situation may be, however difficult it may be, listen to your heart, and don't let your mind take over and spin you into another dimension. Just listen to your heart, and your heart's going to give you the best, just the best compass to go by. And then, as you do that, you will try to formulate a plan for moving forward. And that plan needs to be in baby steps. We've all heard that before. Don't jump too far, too fast. And so just get some baby steps going. And then, I talk about this every time. I'm so grateful for Tim. I didn't mention that. I'm so grateful for Tim for allowing me to say a few words almost every year, and you're going to have to hear this one again because everybody seems to like it. But you've got to get back in the arena, and what is your arena? Who is your arena? Is your arena your work, your friends? What arena do you belong in? And by arena, it means try to get back to what you were doing before this adversity came about. And I, again, I'm able to work with Sage Partners and the company I helped found with two other gentlemen, one of which is here, Brian Shaw, and they allow me to go there and work every day, and so it means a lot to me. That's my arena, as well as the people that I now am able to visit with on a one-on-one basis or in small groups about what's going on in their lives. But so what's this arena thing? Where'd that come from? And I don't know how it looks on the screen there, but it comes from Teddy Roosevelt, one of the greatest presidents, I think, that we've been fortunate enough to have in the United States. He started the national park systems and so many other things. He was a doer. He didn't talk. He was out there, doing it. And so he gave a speech in Paris in 1910, I believe, in Paris, and that was a year after he had been out of office in his second term as president, and he spoke about, and I'm not going to read that, and I would hope that y'all will read it, but basically he talks about, going through the toils and the turmoils and the situations that we all go through on a day-to-day basis, and you get beat up and you get beat down and you got blood running down your side of your head, and you're about to just give up on it all. But if you're in the arena, if you are the man in the arena, or woman, as the world now knows, being in the arena is where you need to be. That is going to be where you're going to get the most fulfillment. And so no matter how hard it is, no matter what your adversity may be or your new normal may be, get in that arena, and at least at the end of the day, you will know that you have contributed and you have been a part of something. And so what do you learn from all this? Basically, this adversity, whatever it may be that you're going through, at the end of the day, you need to give thanks, and you will be able to give thanks for the things that you do have, and they're very simple. If you're able to wake up every day, that's a good start. That's a blessing right there. We don't think about that very often, but sometimes, now that I'm in the condition I'm in, I'm able to, God bless me with the ability to kind of see some of these blessings. And at the same time, you have the ability to choose when you get up every day, no matter what your situation is, you have the right to choose a path. And hopefully you choose the positive path, because the negative path is not a good one. And so you have that ability. So choose to be and make it a positive day. Choose to choose to have a smile on your face. Choose to spread that positive outlook and your joy with all of those around you, and let all of those around you see that and experience that, and so it spreads. It's contagious. All that being said, you'll live a much more full life and live it to the fullest under whatever conditions you're in. I appreciate so much the opportunity to speak to all of y'all. Y'all are all wonderful people that are here, whether you're an emerging leader, recipient, or a super mentor, or just came to have a free glass of wine and some food. So thank you very much. Thank y'all. Okay. Tim, where do we go now? What